Hi, hello, welcome to Monks, Works, and Worlds. This is Monday Monk 19. We are creeping up on 20, and I want to say thank you for spending a little time on your Monday here with me, or whenever you find this video. I really appreciate you stopping in, and if you want, please hit the little like button. It helps other people find the channel, so pretty easy. It's down there in the corner. Let's see, so we're just going to dive right in. Usually I start with writing. How is writing going? It's going well, thank you. We just had Dirty Deeds 2 come out last week, and it seems to be doing pretty well. People seem to be enjoying it. That, again, is a collection of urban fantasy stories with 5 authors: Faith Hunter, Jennifer Estep, R.J. Blaine, Diana Farrell Francis, and myself. Urban fantasies all collected into one collection, and it's up for sale now, which is awesome. I have been working on Brood of All Evil, which is book 9 in the Ordinary Magic series. That is done with the proofreads. It is now going into formatting, so it'll be formatted and then it'll be available for pre-order, and then probably you'll be able to get it by June 20-something. I'll have the actual date. I'll try to put it in the description below, but if I don't, I'll say it next week. But it is going to be available this month. I'm really excited for you to read this one. I'm a little nervous because it takes the ordinary story in some places that we haven't ever gone with the ordinary story before, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm hoping that shows in just the story and in the experience of reading it. So anyway, it's coming out soon, and I will put a little link to it as soon as I have a link. So writing is going well. Next, I'm going to move on to a side project. I've talked about this a couple times on the channel. I'm calling it Novel X. Like, it doesn't even have a title. I don't even have names of the characters yet, but I've got some of the world building that I'm working on with it, and I want to just dive in and sort of immerse in it for a while. And so I'll be working on that for a little while, and then I will switch over to Wayward Sky, which is book 3 in the Souls of the Road series, and hopefully that will be out by the end of the year. It might even be out. I'm not sure if it's going to be out in the winter or in the autumn, but again, I'll let you know as soon as I have a set date for that. So yes, writing's going great. Thank you. Knitting. I suppose knitting's going great, except I'm not knitting. I should be working on a toy. I am not at the moment. I need to get on that. But I did give away 3 toys in my newsletter this month, and I will be putting out another newsletter when Brood of All Evil comes out this month. I don't think I've ever put the newsletter out twice in a month, maybe once in all my time of doing newsletters. Because I'm just not that newsy, folks. But I will put out a second newsletter just so people know that Brood of All Evil is out. And I might have another toy maybe that I'll give away. That depends on if I can knit one quickly, which would mean starting knitting one, which hasn't happened yet. So 50-50 people, but I'll keep you up to date on that. So we're just going to move on to other things going on in Monk World. One thing going on is I'm going to be interviewed on my 2 brothers channel, Under the Oregon Moon. If you've watched Monday Monk, you maybe saw me interview my brother Daryl, who is one of 2 who founded and are providing for your education and entertainment and interest a Facebook page called Under the Oregon Moon, and also a YouTube channel called Under the Oregon Moon, where they investigate paranormal, UFOs, cryptids, high strangeness, and any other kind of oddities that they run across. They always encourage people to send them information or questions or experiences that they've had along those lines. So they are going to interview me. I have been told I have to see something, watch something. It's a movie, and talk to them about it. It's a documentary. So I'm going to be doing that, and that sounds like a lot of fun. That'll be next month in July. I'll keep you up to date on it, but that's coming up. Other things in the monk world. one of my brothers, Darren, he and his wife invited myself and my husband and my other sister and her husband to go to an escape room. And I've never done an escape room, and I've always wanted to. So it was kind of a last minute thing. I got the call like late afternoon, and it was that night, and they had the room, and it was an Edgar Allan Poe themed escape room. I'm like, of course, yes, I totally want to do this. So I know there was a waiver that we signed when we went to it. We went to the one here in town, which is called Exodus, I think. Exodus Escape Rooms. Fantastic experience. I totally recommend them. If you're in the Salem, Oregon area, give them a shot. They were a lot of fun. And they had a waiver that you have to sign, things like, I don't know, probably that you won't break anything, and if you get hurt, it's not their fault. And I'm assuming, I didn't read it, but I'm assuming it said things like, don't tell all of our secrets of our escape rooms. So I'm not going to tell the secrets of the escape rooms, but there's just one part of this escape room I have to share with you. The lights were low in this escape room because it was Edgar Allan Poe themed room, so the lamps were yellowed and that kind of stuff, and I won't go into any more. But there's one part of one clue that involves a typewriter, and I'm like, move aside, people, because there were 6 of us. So I'm like, I am a writer. I will take over the typewriter clue. So I go through the typewriter, and it's an actual old manual typewriter. It's adorable. And they have the keys affixed in a certain pattern, which is great. And I'm not blowing anything here. I'm not telling the clues or anything. But a couple of the keys, the faces of them were blacked out, so you couldn't tell what letter it was. Now, I'm going to give you a little history. I have a keyboard that I love using when I write. I'm not even sure if they make it anymore, but it fits just nicely for how I like to have my hands on the keyboard. To ergonomically for me, I really like it. And I have used it for so long, and I am hoping it will not break, that I have worn the letters off of most of the letters on that keyboard. So luckily I type by touch. I don't have to look at the keys. That being said, I know which letters are under each finger because I do this for a living, like totally comfortable with keyboards. So in the escape room, we're under a time limit. We only have like an hour to get out. And there's a lot of clues. We're really working hard. There's 6 of us. And I do recommend taking all 6 people because that was useful. But I get to the keyboard or to the typewriter, and and the keys are blacked out. And we're thinking maybe the blacked out keys are part of the clue. And so all I have to do is say what letter is under the blacked out key. Like, you put your fingers down and you know that, where the A is and where the B is, right? A, B, C. I was so focused on us getting out in the right amount of time. I was thinking about the clues that we'd found, thinking about the clues that we needed to find, thinking about all the things that I had read and looked at and stuff in the room, that when I got to the typewriter, I looked down and I couldn't remember what letter was where. Like the blacked out letters, my mind was like, hey, look, you've never seen a typewriter before. And I'm like, my life is living on a keyboard. I know exactly where all these letters should be, but I could not, I blanked out. I'm standing there staring at this typewriter and I don't know what the blacked out letters are. So then I thought, well, it's a tactile memory. I'll just put my fingers on it. So I put my fingers on it and I still couldn't remember where the letters were. And so then I'm like, well, I'll do the alphabet, like just do the alphabet on the keyboard because that'll remind me. And so I'm doing the alphabet and I'm looking at my fingers and I can't think of it. I can think of the alphabet, but I couldn't think of which finger to move to hit the alphabetical letters in the right order. I literally had to close my eyes so I wasn't looking at that typewriter at all. Because I think I was just so worried about letting the group down and not getting the clue at the right amount of time that I blanked out. I just blanked out. So eyes closed, fingers on the keys. Then I had to do the ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, and I finally figured it out, which is great. And we were able to figure out that clue. So that was good. Now, you may be wondering, were we able to escape the escape room? No. We got close. We got within 2 clues of the ending. We almost made it. there were a couple of things that we took a little longer on that we shouldn't have. Like one clue we had solved, but we didn't know we had solved it until probably 2 minutes had gone by, because although the clue was solved, it wasn't obvious that the lock had been unlocked or the thing had been undone. So we got that figured out eventually, but we were very, very close to escaping that room, and I would 100% go back and do another escape room again. So it was a great experience. I had a great time, and I am wondering, have you ever done an escape room? Or have you ever had to do a puzzle where you feel like you have knowledge of this puzzle, maybe a trivia thing or a game where you're like, I have knowledge of this, and then you get there to stand up and be the hero, and it's like, no, your brain is like, bye bye now. I've shut down 404. There's no more brain. Because that was me, total shutdown. But that being said, it was a great group. I definitely do recommend taking 6 people in, because that let us spread out and do a lot of stuff. I had a great time. That's pretty much it. I mean, I could talk about our weather, which is rain, and it's going to probably continue to be rain for another week at least. So we don't have summer yet in Oregon. It's still rain. It's still spring. And otherwise, things are going well here, and I hope they're going well with you. I'm going to go ahead and close this down because it's a short one, and we're just going to go with short. Do remember to check out Dirty Deeds 2 collection, which is out on shelves now in ebook and in print. It's going to be gone in 6 months. So after 6 months, it's going to be taken down and it will no longer be available. So if you want all these short novels in one collection, now's the time, or within the next 6 months. And do check out my brother's channel, Under the Oregon Moon. They have a Facebook page, Under the Oregon Moon, where they download a lot of information about all those different things that they investigate and are interested in, and it's totally worth a follow. And keep your eyes out for Brood of All Evil, which will be coming your way soon. I will put the link when I get the link. But until next time, I hope you have a great week. And I hope whatever puzzles come your way, you can instantly solve them. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.